Hi guys, in this lesson we are going to practice answering questions based on grade 12 poems. So, in this lesson we are looking at a poem by the name of The Lake Isle of Innisfree by William Butler Yeats. So the question says, read the poem carefully and then answer the set questions. The number of marks allocated to each question serves as a guide to the expected length of your answer. Or let us not read the poem but go straight to the questions. 6.5.1 says complete the following sentences using the words provided below. Write only the word next to the question number, and we are given how we must answer the question. So it says this poem is an example of we all know that this poem is an example of a lyric. So the first answer here is lyric. A lyric poem is a poem in which it has like musical theorems, it has musical factors, characteristics and stuff. So it also says, and the poem is seeking. So obviously, if we're looking at these words provided here, we can say that the speaker is seeking peace and wants to live the city life, because this poem is explained to us in a city scenery. Right, so we have 6.5.2 here. It says refer to lines 2 to 3. Here are lines 2 and 3. And question says mention 3 things that the speaker will do when he gets to the island. Well, lines 2 and 3 say, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattle made. 9 bin rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee. Well, reading this, we are able to hear or pick up that the speaker wants to plant 9 rows of bees. So he's going to plant 9 rows of beans. Secondly, he is going to build a small cabin. And thirdly, he is going to build his own beehive. Right, moving on to 6.5.3. It says refer to line 3 and identify the poetic device used in this line. Line 3 reads, 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee. There is a lot of repetition of consonant sound, hence we can say that the poetic device used in the line is alliteration. Okay, now we have 6.5.4. It says refer to line 4. Explain the irony in this line. Line 4 reads, and live alone in the bee loud glade. Well, reading the poem, we can identify that the speaker wants to leave the city because it is a busy city, it is noisy, loud and everything, and he wants to go and live in an isolated area where he is going to have peace. What is ironic in this is that the speaker prefers the noise of the honeybees that survive in a colony, and yet he wants to live alone. Right, moving on to 6.5.5. 6.5.5 reads that refer to line 5. Explain why the poet repeats the word peace in this line. Line 5 says what? It says, and I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow. Well, the reason why the speaker makes a repetition of the word peace is because he wants to show that the island or isle of Innisfree is a a solitary place of tranquility. Or you can say serenity, or you can also say peaceful place. Yes, now we have 6.5.6. It says, refer to line 8. Explain the comparison in line 3. Let's go to line 8. Line 8 says, "and evening full of the linnet's wings." And with comparison to line 3 says, "9 bin rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee." Well, we can say that the comparison or metaphor is effective because the speaker tries to show us Let me read the question again. It says, refer to line 8 and compare or explain the comparison in line 3. Well, the comparison is effective, or it is there because the speaker is trying to show us that in the evening the sky becomes full of birds' wings. These birds are called linnets. So hence he tries to indicate to us that the peers he is referring to is also accompanied by other organisms that also cite peace. Okay, and then we have the next question, 6.5.7. It says, refer to line 12 and says, give one word which describes the speaker's state of mind when he says these words. And they say, substantiate your answer. Well, let's read line 12. Line 12 says, I hear it in the deep heart's core. This line, we can see he uses a very disappointed or hopeless tone. So let's give the word, say, disappointment. Or say hopelessness. Yeah, that is fine. And let us explain. Well, the speaker is disappointed because he ends up in a great city, street, and never goes to Innisfree. I too would be disappointed. Okay, let us go to the last question. The last question, 6.5.8. It says, discuss the theme of nature versus civilization that is evident in the poem. Well, according to nature, in reference to nature, we are told about water, lake water, we are told about bees, vegetation, organisms such as birds and everything. And then civilization, we are told about the loudness of the street, of the city, cars and everything moving up and down, people doing whatever their livelihoods require. So, explaining the theme of civilization versus nature, we can say that the speaker longs to move from the city and be closer to nature. Can also say that the speaker describes the speaker describes a life where he can be close to nature That is all for today's lesson. Goodbye.